Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 3:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. Happy Friday, June 18, 2021. Okay, this is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. Stay up to date with my latest videos. Click the subscribe button to my channel, and you'll get all the content I do, as well as click on that bell. You'll get notified. Twitter.com if you want to get notified more than usual, particularly around my views and news events and major market movements that you should know about. That's a good way to get in touch. Okay, so let's take a look at the iExec RLC allocation. I am currently in at $5 and change. Not worried one bit. I still have an end of year price target of 14. That's my mid-range price target. In the meantime, these are my allocations and entry points. Nothing new there. Let's go over here. We'll save this and we'll come back to it. In the markets, let's look at RLC or iExec to the dollar. So let's go look at this yellow line. We're still over the yellow line, which is positive. We want to stay and continue to stay over that line and see how things play out. But right now, if we look at this here, it looks slightly bearish because we've gotten some pullback back on top of this red line. However, the red line's kind of acting like support right now, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm more worried about this yellow line than anything else, and we'll see what happens around at this point. So we're at 325 right now in the RLC US dollar pair, but obviously we always look to this equation to find out what else we need to look at. So iExec strength to Bitcoin, RLC Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin itself. So let's look at the strength of RLC to Bitcoin first, because that's usually one that we'd like to look at first anyway. So let's look at this diagonal line of resistance. Okay, we need to get over that line. Man, if someone could just stick their foot in there and kick it out. That's what we want. We want something to get this thing over this line of resistance here. And it feels like we're close. I mean, the hugging part of it is helpful because hugs make, for a long period of time, the closer you are, if you're staying close to a line, that could mean that you're going to break out. And so we're going to have to see what happens here, but something's going to resolve, and we're only a few days away. Look, we have a big weekend coming up. Saturday, Sunday is here already. As we all know, we can have great weekends and we could have terrible weekends, or we could have boring ones. I'll take a boring weekend, no problem. It is Father's Day. But at the same time, we kind of want to see this thing burst out to the upside. So we'll see how this thing plays out. Let's look over at Bitcoin right now. Right at that line, it's inconclusive here, but right now we're pretty much hugging the green line of support that has started all the way back since March of 2020. So a year and a quarter in the making, but we are under pressure. A lot of it has to do with the Fed. A lot of negative connotations coming out of Jerome Powell's speeches and other contexts related to inflation and interest rate hikes. So it's kind of a little unnerving for the stock market as well. So we're not the only ones. It's a pan sell-off, to be quite frank. So we're at 35,420 right now on the Bitcoin US dollar pair. See how this thing plays out. Stay in touch on Twitter and I'll keep you posted. Bitcoin news real quick. Goldman ramping up Bitcoin trading, futures trading with Galaxy Digital. Big deal because you're giving more clients exposure to the Bitcoin market. And in addition to that, you're also giving way to more liquidity. And ultimately, with more liquidity and more capital investment into Bitcoin, volatility should start to, level off. And by leveling off, I mean, not going into major swings all the time like we see. It would do a major swing, but once in a while. But right now, we're in the growth phase. It's greenfield. It's Bitcoin. It's crypto. It's brand new. So, we're going to have to expect volatility anyway over time, over the near term. Miami coming out with nuclear power. Okay, so Miami is rolling out the red carpet to Bitcoin miners that are wanting to leave China because they're getting kicked out of China. I guess, it's so the mayor Suarez, the mayor of Miami, is looking to bring them into Florida. That would be fantastic. Bringing them into Florida, also having them use low energy prices and energy efficient power supplies is huge. They're talking about natural gas, nuclear power. People probably scratch their head about nuclear power, but let me tell you, I own a few nuclear power stocks. Nuclear is historically has been a bad word, but for all the wrong reasons. People associate nuclear with bombs. People associate nuclear with power plants that melt down and kill thousands of people, which is what happened in Chernobyl maybe 30 years ago. But the main thing is that where they are now, I think, nuclear power plants today are really a great place to produce clean energy for anything, to be honest with you, not just Bitcoin. So this is really good news, I think, for everyone, at least in Florida. And welcoming Bitcoin is yet another example of yet another state. By the way, Miami is where they had the big conference. It's just another state that is adopting it. And as I've always said, states always have the power over the federal government. And it's good to see that, at the state levels, they're all picking up the Bitcoin adoption and drive towards the crypto world. So, we'll see how things play out. I'm out. It's Friday. Hope everyone has a good Friday. Take care.